Cajun.
Yes, sir.
Styling on them.
I know what it is. Ooh, what a. It was
Great
a good
card.
night. Good card.
Great card. Great card.
This is a very, very good card. Non-stop finishes, non-stop action. Up until, I'll even say, the card capped its peak at the Mirror Sharp fight. The Nico Price-Cerrone fight.
It was nothing you could really go from there. You can't go up from there. You can't go up from there. What did I tell you? Smash.
Oh, Chimaev, an apology. I was out here thinking my guy GM3 was going to get it done.
I told you, man, his only chance was Imanari roll, some sort of body lock, standing up or something. Like, right, he would have had to
he probably was going to do that. We only got 17 seconds in. We didn't get a full game plan on what GM3 was about to do. He got derailed. He looked hesitant. GM3 looked like Woodley did the whole fight in those 17 seconds. You can tell when a fighter is giving a guy too much respect. And I think he was giving him too. At a certain point, you got to be first sometimes. But yeah, man, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I already talked about it longer than the fight was.
Not even that, man. We
smash.
We got it. The Kobe Covington antics. Oh man, I'm just so disappointed in this card. Tyron Woodley could have stopped a lot of things from happening. He let us all down. But we're gonna get the fight kicked off, right?
The call from the guy.
I feel like DT didn't even know who he was. Out here calling him the champion. He ain't got a belt. He's like, I need to go home and watch the guy. Not my guy. He's that the guy. You don't know who you are, CC. No, you ain't out here causing too much chaos. This was all. Right. We'll get to that. Because that's going to take a long time to get through. But the card started off right, man. It started off good. We had Tyson and stoppage. Another opener. Yeah. Another fight with a stoppage. And Tyson Nam is making a name for himself now. Maybe that Kai Car Friends fight was a fluke.
Hey, he's starting to know. He basically on some Jorge Masvidal. Like, hey, I can't keep coming out here letting him decide whether I won or lost. Like, no, I gotta just win.
Yeah.
Because that first round was tough for him. Rivera was long. Like I said, like we ain't even. Sorry to the fans, we didn't even do like a full preview for the last week card. But when I was doing my pre-fight, before I made my bets, I was like, damn, this dude 5'10" at 135. Like that's pretty long for the division and whatnot. And you could tell he used his length to his advantage in that first round. I mean, he won it. I thought he won the first round. He was kicking like crazy. Like everything was at kicking distance. But Nam was setting him up though. Nam was setting those traps, and Nam, like every time he let his hands go, you could tell like, oh, if I hit you, okay,
easy. But hey, Nam said, hey, enough of that.
Yeah,
I'm about to finish it with these hands, and got it done. Got the opening stoppage. I guess we're gonna see better things from Nam down the line. He's making a name for himself at bantamweight. Back-to-back stoppages.
Getting kind of long in the tooth though, so you might want to hurry it up.
Take as many fights as possible. Get in there as many times as you can.
But might not be fighting for belts. Might be fighting for the bag. So at that point, keep putting yourself in position to get performance bonuses.
Just keep showing up. You get the check to show up. You get the win check. Hey, and you get a stoppage. You putting yourself in position to get a PB. So that's all you can really do. Everybody doesn't need to chase the belt.
Facts.
It's just something to brag about. But get the bag. So hey, shout out to Tyson M working on getting that bag. We stayed in the bantamweight division. Moved right into Andre Ewell versus Irwin Rivera.
Another Rivera.
Rivera versus Rivera. Both of them lost. Tough night for the had the last name Rivera. Yeah. Tough night for Rivera.
Tough fight for both of them though. They both showed up. This was a good fight, bro. This was a good fight.
This one, it went the distance, but it was a very, very, very good competitive fight. Ended up in a splitty.
Yeah.
What I saw, I felt like it was a clear 2-1, but it's all in the eye of the beholder. I thought UL did enough, and Rivera might have stole that last round when he got the takedown and was dishing out the elbows.
Yeah, he was trying to finish at the end.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I was saying. Like at the end of the day, the thing. Sometimes we let and I'm not saying this is you, but I'm just saying in general. a lot of times the public, and I'm assuming, I don't know how loud that room necessarily is or how close the judges are to the commentators, but a lot of times we could let the commentators like dictate what we're, watching and whatnot.
Yeah,
and even
right.
and even the compy box, it's like, or whatever they call it, the little stat tracker. It's like, how do you determine a significant strike versus a regular strike? Because sometimes, hey, some of these dudes are hitting a lot harder than you. So if I hit you twice and you hit me once, but it was your one time, like really wobble my head all back or whatever, like we gotta like gauge the significance. UL, he did good. He was sticking behind a little 1-2 and whatnot, especially early. But bruh, like the first round, I felt like you clearly won. But by the time that second and third round came, I felt like Rivera was starting to find some sort of distance. And yeah, he was landing heavier in my opinion. It's the tough thing about being a longer, linky fighter. Like, you don't necessarily have the power to put these guys out. A little short, strong neck dude,
Oh, y'all calling him a bully pit bull and all that. Oh my goodness.
It's basically, yeah.
Oh,
basically,
man.
yeah. It's tough.
That's facts.
Tough.
And I have, hey, to each his own. I'm just not a fan of the skinnier, the linkier fighters. For that same reason, those guys are. There's only one of those guys out there that I've seen have a aggressive plan that is unstoppable, and that's Neil Magny. And he's really not that linky of a fighter. You'll reminded me more of Sean Woodson, Louis Pena,
right.
Roosevelt Roberts. Like, yeah, you can get those shots off, but are you deterring your opponent? Like Rivera was like, hey, I'm just gonna be here all day because you're not about to put me out. You're probably gonna land some shots, but I'm gonna be here. And he almost stole one. He almost stole a victory from a guy who's probably more talented than him, but just doesn't have the power. Sometimes these guys are better off adding the muscle, or you're just gonna be in there with a lot of decisions, a lot of deciding going on. And then we leave it up to the judges. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, good fight. Very, very good fight.
Leaving it up to the judges does not give you the chance for the PB. Need the PB.
You could get a PB, but it has to be like the fight has to be better than a knockout, and that's going to be tough if it goes to the judges. So yeah, tough. Good start to the fights. Nam won, UL run, and then we get to where we saw a PB awarded. We had the Journey Newsom versus Randy Costa. I don't think we had more than a couple of shots landing that one before we saw that perfectly set up head kick. That wasn't just I'm throwing the blind. I'm not just out here. He didn't just throw some random head kick. He led the head to the foot. He's like, hey, your head's gonna go to this foot. He overshot the jab to the left shoulder, forced Newsom to slip it. If he slips to the left shoulder, he's gonna get hit by the jab. Hey, you slip it to the right shoulder, the foot is coming. And the foot said hello. What happened here? Newsom was probably thinking, you ain't got nothing. Slip it. Next thing you know, foot to the face. You out cold, getting ground and pound. That was a good fight by Randy Costa. He actually came in that one. I believe he came into that fight as the underdog too. Slight underdog, but he was the underdog. That's we already
tough way to go out, man.
Don't know what else much to say about it.
The Edmund Shabaznian and Brad Tavares. Basically, like you said, he led the head to the foot, and hey man, they always say the one that you don't see is the one that hurt the most, and he ain't see it. Which one? Yeah. Which one of y'all?
Right, he slipped the jab. Like in boxing, that's a good slip of the jab. But Dominique Cruz said slipping in the MMA and slipping in boxing is two different things. You slipped, you got to worry about a foot coming. You got to worry about the foot came. Lets Randy Costa get a performance bonus. He's 50 G's richer on top of his other bag earnings for that night. Very, 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 very good.
Well deserved
on that one. And in this next fight, he didn't get a PB, and I think he should have. Derek Minner.
Dana don't like subs.
He doesn't like subs, and he doesn't like you beating his new shiny toys. Facts. TJ Laramie got a contract on the Contender Series. The fight wasn't that great. He won due to a guy getting injured. I guess you could say he gave him the injury. It was probably more so the guy got injured off of some catastrophe happened in the ring, landed wrong or whatever. But he got the contract.
T-Wood.
Yeah, so, basically a T-Wood type of situation. Hey man, don't stress yourself too early. We'll get to that. You could. I'll let you vent later. You can vent later on that one. But yeah, it was clear they were high on TJ Laramie off of the Contender Series. They had the right to be a good fighter.
I fell for the okie doke too.
I knew Minner had a good chance in this one because of all those subs on his record, and he's fought some pretty tough fighters. And TJ Lermy, once again, they do this with these fighters. They try to put him in a showcase fight against some of these veterans, and a lot of times they get stepped back down. Meerschaert didn't do it to my guy Chaz Hazmatch, but hey, Minner did it to Lermy on this one. He taught him a lesson.
Don't leave your neck out there. It was really that simple.
Don't stick the neck out. But it was almost he had no choice, because it almost seemed like Minner was giving him that work standing too. He forced him into that takedown.
Minner was throwing everything to initiate the clinch. It was like, I'm either going to hit you hard with this shot, or you going to slightly weave it and I'm going to grab you, or I'm going to hit you and I'm going to grab you anyway. Like, and as soon as they got clinched against the cage.
Oh, like how you said it about Burns. These guys throw crazy because they know. And they know, they know. Hey, if we end up in the clinch, I'm fine. And see, that's what I was saying about Meerschaert. He would have to come out that reckless, but he already looked scared as soon as that fight started. But we'll get there. Like, don't hurt me too bad. Don't hurt me too bad.
Yeah, Laramie looked like he did not expect for Minner to even come out with and put the pressure on him. Yeah, and it was exactly. Like at that point, once the clinch was initiated, he was like, well, this is more of my wheelhouse anyway. Let me just get to the wrestling. He was like, oh, he's not even that strong. Turn him right around against the cage. And it was like, okay, cool. Like, Minner just like you said, bro, he basically just left his neck out there. Minner just basically set the whole thing up from the time that the clinch was initiated up against the cage. He was like, okay, hey, you think you got something? All right.
And we saw this a lot. A lot of people sticking around in a position that appeared to be advantageous to submission experts. All the subs that happened tonight were by people who are known for submissions, and they just let it. And they were just sitting there like, "Hey, I know you're a black belt. What you gonna do though? Can you do it to me?" And it wasn't. Yeah. So yeah, Lermy gave it to Minner. I wish Minner should have got a performance bonus, because they basically was trying to let Lermy get a name off of him.
I'm gonna tell you this: it's a whole lot of should have got performance bonuses, because we gonna talk.
So yeah, but Minner got the W. Got the upset. He came into this fight plus 250 on the odds.
That right there is the bigger reason why I feel like that's how you get performance bonuses, man. Like, when you beating people with better than 2-1, like, come on, man. Like, and getting a finish in a minute, like, that's you right.
Should have got it. But then I think the next fight is the reason why he didn't get it, because we had Damon Jackson versus Beck.
Clark and Alpar.
Oh, totally forgot about the lady.
And that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say, though. This is a fight that I thought, I mean, if you caught a fight after that knee, bro, that's a bonus. Let me even get their name. We had Jessica Rose Clark versus, can't remember her first name, Sarah Alpar. Something like that. Yeah, Sarah Alpar.
Just to say this, she's not gonna. That wedding is about to be rescheduled. that wedding is getting rescheduled, bro. You can't show up to wedding day looking like you a victim of domestic violence. Is he beating you? No, I just had a UFC fight. Like, no, you can't. They gonna have to reschedule. Hope everybody push it out another 2 weeks.
No, it's gonna take more than 2 weeks. If you're gonna redo it, you're gonna have to all the way redo it. Like, no more fights for a year, babe. We gotta do this 6 months from now or something.
Yeah, you can't be a fighter and be scheduling weddings in between fights, like unless you just cool being all beat up in the wedding photos and sore trying to dance and stuff, walking down the aisle with a lamp because you didn't got calf kicked a couple of times. Unless you cool with that, then cool. But man, Jessica
ain't wearing no heels, none of yeah.
Clark did her thing, and this fight was over once it was apparent that Alpar couldn't outmuscle her. Like, Clark was just as strong, if not stronger, in the clinch.
Longer and better striking.
Yeah. She was clearly the better striker. She was landing some heat. Some heat.
And by that third round, bro, she clearly broke her will. Like, there's a reason why old girl fell down into that knee in the third round. Like, I mean, we could talk about the first two, but it was, I mean, like, the first round was pretty close in my opinion.
It wasn't much
like
to
you
see.
Said, it wasn't much to see, and that's the thing. It was close basically because they didn't really do too much. But then in that second round, you could almost see Alpar's will almost get broken, and it was like by the third round, it was like,
you could tell she was a done fighter.
And it was like she had her up against the cage. She was letting off the combos, basically hitting her with the Tekken Mortal Kombat. Like, you know, I'm about to let off the whole 10 piece if you just don't let me. Like, no. And that's what I'm saying. Like, old girl fell into the knee, basically off a strike. So it's like, to even think about calling that an illegal strike, it's like, why are you trying to sit down on your butt anyway? Like, bruh, if you fell on your butt, it's because I put you there. And at that point, if you call in a stop to action for the knee, then you got to call the fight. Like, the fact that they even started the fight back from there is the only reason I feel like this lady didn't get a bonus, because that was a bonus worthy ass thing.
Yeah, and that's Chris Tyone. I don't know if it's him that's trash or if the rules are trash, but the knee landed and it was spontaneous enough to where.
Yeah, like, you could, like, in my opinion, you can't call that anyway. Like, it's not like she was sitting, no hands were on the ground, nothing. Yeah. Like,
even if it would have been a knee down at the time that the knee landed, it happened too spontaneously with her falling to the floor. Like, you can't penalize a fighter for engaging a move when a fighter is in a standing position, and it just so happens to land on you when you're in the.
And they falling because I'm whooping you. Yeah, like I said, bro, that was basically the perfect Tekken combo right there. Like, she let off the whole combo before she fell up against the cage, and the fact that knee landed so clean, it was like, bro, that would have been such a beautiful stoppage that you would not have been able to deny this lady $50,000, and they just started it back and made it even more brutal. And that's why I was like, do we even really want to give it to you now? Because now it looked like you just picking on the lady.
It didn't have the excitement of the finish. Had it ended off the knee, it would have
had it ended like that in the first round or second round even. Yeah. The fact that we had to go 15 minutes for that. 13 and a half.
Yeah. And man, the corner got to save. Sometimes the corner has to save them fighters from these type of errors.
Do I got to tell her around here? Throw it in.
Throw the towel in. Y'all saw her take that knee.
How do you even let her? How do you let her go back out there from that? Like, that's crazy.
And it was also a fight that if it was a close fight, I can understand that the corner being like, hey, it's back and forth. We might have a chance. Alpar didn't show anything in that fight that be like, okay, maybe we can get this off in this last round. That's going to change it. She wasn't about to land a heavy shot. She lost.
And Tyone put him back in the same position too. It was like, bro,
he might as well have put the knee right on her face. Hey, rest your knee on her nose. We gonna start back off the knee. He might as well have did that. Might as well put the knee back on the face.
He ain't coming back for a minute, dog. He's not invited to fight.
Hope he doesn't get the.
If you had a vacation book, dog, they canceling that right now. Like, don't even worry about the COVID test or nothing. Like, you're not coming back no time soon, bro.
So we had the Alpar, but I think we might have skipped the fight. Did we skip Buena Silva?
That one was next. That was
next. After. Okay, so we go from that finish, and then we get to the Buena Silva.
3-name versus 3-name.
Yeah. 3-name versus 3-name. This was a battle of the names.
Myra versus Mara.
Myra, Borriella, Buena Silva. And Borriella had this same ending against Courtney Casey with resting in an armbar triangle position, but not even advancing to where you're doing anything great.
And see, that's the thing. I feel like Buena Silva was actually so lackadaisical in a lot of these positions that Mara actually could have probably even finished her, because she was every time she landed standing, I was like, oh shit, she might knock her ass out. And even when she was landing those few little punches and ground and pound before she actually got the little triangle position or whatever you want to call it, the little punches that Borriella was landing in those positions, I was like, she might really put her lights out, but she just got too comfortable and let her really like. How do you even do that, bruh? Like, you let her set that up within a whole, like, probably minute, and it's like, hey, like, if you're gonna go out swinging, you got to just keep swinging at that point, like, because, like I said, she set it up so methodically that it was like, you're actually hitting her. Just keep doing it.
I don't know what to call it. I don't know what's going through their mind. We saw the same thing. This is almost the same thing that Paul Craig had with Antigulov when he pulled off the sub. Like, these guys are sitting in dangerous positions with people who are, like, I guess when you got a black belt, that means you're the ultimate master. The ultimate master at finishing you in that position, and you just let it happen. And it wasn't a quick sub. It wasn't like, oh, she snuck in an arm bar. Like, she was attempting the triangle.
Yeah, the triangle
didn't happen. Switched it over to the arm bar, and then you let it happen. There you go. That's all she wrote.
She sat in the triangle position for at least a minute, bro.
A long time. A long time in that. So. Quick, easy work. Those two fights that could have got performance bonuses, Dana hated on them. Didn't give them performance bonuses.
You don't like subs.
But
subs. Can we really say that when the next one got a performance bonus for the sub?
He had to get this performance bonus because not only did he get off the finish, he was clearly down 2-0. Yeah. down 2-0, was on his way to being down 3-0. And this might have actually had a couple of maybe around might have been 10-8. Might have had a 10-8 in there from some in maybe somebody's eye. Maybe that first round 10-8.
Second round was running through him, bro. He was running through him. And like, but see, you can almost see it. It's almost like the Laramie and Menor. Like you could almost see it. He was leaving his neck out there every time. Like, I thought old buddy was about to snatch up a guillotine the first takedown of the fight, but he literally just picked his ass up and ragdolled him all around. Bektic was that pressure in that wrestling is pretty nasty.
Is that it reminded me of Marab to a certain extent, like you bully somebody and you get them in positions where you could just easily dominate, but the fact that you lack submission skills or you lack the submission attempts, you allow these fights to go for 15 minutes.
Susceptible. Yeah. He has to get finishes off of that ground and pound, or I mean, if he gonna fight these type of guys with that type of threatening nature with the submission game, like you leave yourself out there. Like it's a lot of fights I can see for Bektic that'll probably be very competitive. That's a tough way to lose. That's a tough way to lose.
What about that Kimura he got out of?
Facts, bro. I thought his whole what was going? How did this even happen?
He was going to get and then the first game
he almost got choked out at one point. He almost got it. Yeah, that Kimura looked like
I thought the
whole arm was folded behind his back.
Nasty, bro. That one was just as nasty.
Snap, crackle, and pop all over there. And he was like, anyway.
Like, do you just practice getting Kimura at practice so you can have that limber of an arm? Like that was
one of those things, like they say Thai fighters kick bamboo until they break their shins so that their shins don't break no more. Like,
oh man, I don't want to be a fighter if that's the case. Don't want to be getting Kimura up every day at practice to make sure my arm can bend. Don't need it.
Over here quadruple jointing and shit. Like, nah, I'm good.
Don't want it. Don't want it.
But yeah, that was a nasty guillotine. That's a bonus. That's a bonus.
That's a bonus for sure. 3-day notice as well. Came in there as I know Bektic was minus 350. I do not know the odds on Damian Jackson. Damien, something like that. But yeah, Bektic was for sure supposed to win this fight easily. It looked like he was on pace to do so. But once again, if you can't finish these guys, and you're going to leave them around for 15 minutes, they're always going to have a chance. Especially submission artists. I think submission artists are the most dangerous because they don't need power. They don't need a Hail Mary. They just need to get you to the floor.
They need that leverage. And they need to not get knocked out. As long as they cannot get knocked out.
As long as they cannot get knocked out. And so, man, then we capped off the prelims. Like, this is a very long-winded prelims. We cap off the prelims.
It was a long card.
Jordan Espinoza versus Dorvac. One-sided fight. It's crazy.
I'm gonna ask you this: was this the main event of the prelims, literally and figuratively, in the sense that the rest of these fights on the prelims, A1, super exciting. This fight,
every main event has been that I've seen. I have, outside of the Shabazi and Brunson, I haven't seen a main event that excited. You could throw the Overeem one in there. The Angie Hill Michelle Rogerson one was cool. I didn't like the outcome, so I don't care about that one. But yeah, for the most part, all the fights that lead up to what is termed the main event are good, and then the main event always seems to lay an egg. Even in this fight,
Espinoza just didn't have anything for him. Like, that's the reason why I picked Dvorak in the. I mean, like I said, we didn't do a full prelim breakdown last card, but on my bet, that's the reason why I picked him. The odds on this fight was actually supposed to be pretty close, but Espinoza he's just, in my opinion, not really aggressive enough, and it's some of these guys you can't fight like that with. Like, if you're gonna be, I mean, he basically T-Wooded it. Like,
it was the issue I found here. He allowed himself to play Dorvac's game, which was Dorvac was simply looking to counter. He did not want to initiate anything but leg kicks. He initiated leg kicks, or not even leg kicks, the calf kick, which he would get off every time Espinoza put that left leg out. And every time Espinoza engaged, he was trying to counter with an overhand left. And that's all that happened. That's all Dvorak did. Hey, I'm gonna let you go first, and you're not trying to You're not doing anything special or unique coming in. You're throwing the same thing every time you come in. So I can counter this. And then you're also, Espinoza was trying to come in and come out. He never engaged and kept the pressure moving forward. He would engage.
He's a one strike guy. Like, yeah.
So he played right into the hands of Dorvac in this fight. And it ended up being a 30-27 across the boards. I think if he goes back and looks at this tape, he's gonna be like, man, I probably could have beat this guy because he didn't cut me off. He didn't cut off the ring from me. He didn't. Oh man, screen froze. Okay, we good. Hopefully, it doesn't freeze like that on the when we pull it up. But yeah. So yeah, man, he probably could have won this fight. That's why it was so close. It was -120 for Espinoza, -110 for Dorvac. 30-27 makes it seem like it should have been -2 something for the other guy, but you know, it just played out the way because of the game plan wasn't, in my opinion, one to make the other guy throw first sometimes, so you can get your counter shots off. If you're a counter striker, we saw this with AZ and Yo. Sometimes you get two counter guys going. Somebody has to go first, and one guy was willingly just kept going first, which was Espinoza, and he kept getting countered. Oh, AirPods went out. I should have heard it beeping on me. Should have heard it beeping. My bad.
Yeah, man.
Oh. Pause. No. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get this fixed. My bad. Okay, now we back. We back. So yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, cool. See, that's how long this prelims were. Yeah, AirPods went out. Probably should have had them charged all the way, but that's neither here nor there. Ends the prelims, not too much to see here. That was probably, if I had to rate the fights 1 through 8, that fight for sure was my least favorite on the the prelims.
Oh. There we go.
Okay, now
you're the main card.
Now we here for the main card. The main card started off very, very good. This Holland versus Stewart fight, very entertaining. I'm surprised Holland actually thought he lost this fight or even was a draw. I had him up 2-1.
I'm gonna tell you this fight ended like the Rivera and Euro fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. I was still impressed that Holland was willing to trade with him. They even had a little Avila Sadar Eubanks moment in that bad boy where they was just swinging for the fences. And in my opinion, Holland was a better striker. I was surprised his gas tank went out before Stewart's did. Very surprisingly. And that's why in that third round we saw Stewart be able to manhandle him a bit, get the wrestling off. But those first 2 rounds, in my opinion, were clear cut. Holland totally got those ones. Good fight, in my opinion.
Good fight. Could have been fight of the night if not for so many extremely exciting finishes. Right. Going into this fight, I thought it was going to be Ewell and Rivera in the nod for hoping nobody got 4 finishes. But by the time this fight happened, I was like, yeah, this is man. But like we said last time when Holland fought Buckley, let's go Bucko. That length is just hard for a lot of these guys to even do anything with. Like, unless you're gonna engage in a clinch, you're basically SOL, crap out of luck, fighting at his right. distance, because his boxing is ridiculous. And right. I mean, his boxing defense is stellar. Like, he's picking cats apart. Like,
I hope we get the Chimaev versus Holland fight, and I hope we see Holland get the. I hope Holland works on that cardio, because I think he destroys Darren Stewart. He looked gassed like midway through the second round in this fight and was able to pull it out. That's probably why he thought he lost or it was a draw. But in my opinion, it was a clear cut 2-1. Kevin Holland, last round going to Stewart, and that was only because Stewart even got the takedowns. He was losing the stand up. Yeah. He was losing in the striking department.
He knew by the end of that fight where, hey, if I want to win or if I want to even have a chance to win, this is what I have to do, because that other is not working. That other stuff not working.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good way to kick it off. This one, it was a good fight. But the first round fight had fight of the night implications, had to continue as such. Sort of tethered off towards the end, but still a good fight. And it worked its way into another issue of, I'm gonna just sit here with somebody who's good at submissions and see if they can submit me. If you want to try it, go ahead. Be my guest. And I don't know if Mackenzie Dern is the person you want to give a chance at submitting you at all. That's the last.
Last person.
On the interview, bro. At the end of that interview, she said she was sitting there thinking of what submissions have not been done in the UFC, and she wanted to attempt them. And I was like, "Oh, so you was over here just playing with your food? You could have did her." She tried the omoplata.
Almost had a go-go platter. I seen a little foot come across the neck. I was like, "Oh, bruh." The only thing that saved Marcos from a whole bunch of crazy crap was the fact that she had her leg trapped between her she had her ankle trapped between her legs for a good portion of the time that Dern was attempting those arm bars.
Yeah. But even that, to get into that side,
how do you even get that position with your whole leg trapped? Like,
that arm bar was nasty. I've never seen one done that way.
Bro, and you could see as soon as Marco's legs opened up for her ankle to pop out, she tapped. Like, that was it. As soon as she got that little bit more leverage, like, it was done. It was done. She got that position. She got that position basically almost legs almost halfway in the split, so she couldn't even put no pressure on really on the arm with the whole other leg. That was all one leg. Soon as that leg came out, bro, it was over.
She didn't want to see what was going to happen to that arm, bro, because Dern was trying all types of arm positions.
She didn't want to try it. She didn't want to see if she had that Bektic arm. Yeah, nah.
Marcos was like, "Nah, I'm cool. I'll let you get this far. You got it. You got it.
That's performance bonus worthy for sure.
Yeah, she got a PB for that one. She got a PB for that one. Shout out to Mackenzie Dern. She's going to end up getting that. She might get herself that rematch with Michelle or Amanda Ribas. If she keeps this up, I would like to see that rematch. Got to get that. She don't want no parts of.
She don't want no parts of Ribas standing up, and I don't think the only issue with that fight was she has no chance of getting her to the ground because Ribas is a black belt in judo. She's out here flipping chicks on her head. That's the only problem. Mackenzie Dern, very good though. Very good. Very good.
Very, very, very good. And she's been putting in wins together too. So shout out to Mackenzie Dern.
Facts.
Easy. Maybe Dern Hill. I don't want to see Angie Hill versus no submission specialist.
No.
Give her a striker. Give her a striker.
Tisha Torres.
Hey, run that back. Torres Hill too. I'll take it.
I didn't want to take Dern.
Oh. Van Buren? Dern Van Buren, maybe?
I'm with that too.
Oh, Lavinia Souza. Janji Doba. That's same division, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Hey, I like to see all those submission specialists because I feel like the women are actually better submission artists than the guy, or they're more flexible in getting off their submissions.
Right, I give them that for sure.
It seems like their subs are a bit more impressive. I like. I
want to say Kay Hansen, but I don't. She might not be ready.
No, forget that. Give her Kay Hansen. She only want to be out here getting subs. You gonna be ready today. And then after that fight, man, our guy Superman Span. Well, both of these guys are our guy. We like Johnny Walker and we like Superman Span. Yeah.
I rock with Johnny Walker.
This fight was lightning in a bottle. It was fun while it lasted. And it didn't even make it past the halfway mark, I don't think.
Early first round Johnny Walker is he almost has flashback. Go back in time. I remember we was in Vegas when Silva fought Weidman. We was in Vegas at that point in time, right? It was somewhere. Possibly. I remember we was watching that fight all together. And I remember when Weidman hit him with that first
leg when he
no, not the leg one, the other one. But when Weidman hit him with the first
punch,
at
Boston's. He was at Boston.
I think that was it. Shout out to Boston at the Pike. Missed that place. And Mai Tais missed that place. But yeah, I remember when Weidman hit him with that first punch, and Silva kind of wobbled. I remember I was like, bruh, he's dazed. And all of the homies was like, nah, that's not it. I can't really tell sometimes with Walker if when he's getting hit, is he really dazed or is he just trying to play the is he trying to play the I'm not messed up face?
He was really hurt in this fight. He got dropped twice. The issue is
his recovery is A1 then at that point. You gotta like really put him out. Because even that fight with Corey Henderson, like he was standing back up. Like
he was. That's very true. I think Ryan Spann let him off the hook by you got to have. I understand. Hey, you got the guy hurt. You trying to get the finish. There's no right or wrong way to go into proceed and trying to finish somebody. But maybe he got
there's a wrong way. There's a wrong way.
He got overzealous, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. We saw.
He had mount. He was way too high. Had mount. He was basically all on the chest. Basically, just throwing right off him. And
he should have. He was focusing on getting off his punches and controlling his mount position. And I think had he reassessed that situation and said, "Let me make sure I'm mounted," and then work. Because had he got more so on Walker's stomach, fight would have been over. If he would have got the proper mount, fight would have been over. And then the fact that Walker also had his arm under Span's leg allowed him to also get some leverage and basically shove him off. But he got dropped again, and then Span went into it wrong. Yeah. He was also hurt on that. Span also got.
I say another thing. We was talking about cats leaving their neck out there when they get the clinch up against the cage and shoot the single. We done seen a couple of guillotines in this card. We done seen a couple of them little super neck crank McKenzie style guillotines in the last few 6 weeks, maybe 4 or 5, 6 weeks. And Brett, that Spike Carlisle elbow that Johnny Walker dropped on Span's head. I mean, you got to be ready for these. Like at the end of the day, sometimes you got to just back out. You done dropped this guy twice. We only in the first round. 2 minutes in, you done dropped him twice already. Why even Why not disengage?
But that Span's MO. Span gets you hurt and he goes for takedowns to get the sub. He's not more so of a ground and pound fight finisher, and that's probably also an issue. His ground and pound isn't that good because he looks for submissions after he gets you hurt, and that's what he looked like he was doing there. But I totally agree. We've seen it so many times happen with these elbows. We saw it in the I forgot that fight where the guy almost fell out of the cage when he got elbowed in the head on that clinch. Can't think of the guy's name. He was going against Daukus, right? No, Bukakis, something like
I know exactly what you're talking about. Right at the end of the round, dude almost stumbled out the cage, and then the ref was like, "Yeah, no, she's seen enough. No, not ready." Like we thought we was ending the round. No, we about to end the fight now. Like can't even do it. Can't do it.
And I feel like people are a lot of, like you heard Span's corner saying those are to the back of the head. It's tough if he's coming 12-6, you can maybe have that argument. But if he's coming around the world, have counterclockwise with these shots. If it hits the back of the head,
if he's shooting them at the hip,
yeah,
you can't. There's nothing you can really even say about that, bro. Like
back of your head shouldn't be at that point. Take the back of the head out of there. So it sucks. Span took that type of L. It ended his 8-fight win streak. Somebody had to lose. Johnny Walker is now on the winning side of things. Who knows what's next for him? You're wanting to get Jerry. Not Jerry Springer, but he said Jerry.
Prochaska.
Jerry Prochaska. Maybe that may be too much of a rush. Give him Ozdemir. How about that?
Trying to get Ozdemir killed out here.
I didn't see enough from Johnny Walker to let me know he's still good at this point. So we don't know how that's going to turn out.
If he beat Ozdemir, Thiago Santos beat Glover, give Johnny Walker Glover. We going all I know is Jerry. Smith. Although I feel like Anthony's okay, we're on the main card, so I can say it now. Anthony Smith is at that point to where he's Tyron Woodley. I think both of those guys are in the position to where your best days might be passing.
Yeah, they're still good fighters, but I don't think they're top 10 fighters. Rashad Evans said, when it came apparent to him once fighting became hard. It seemed like fighting is tough for these guys now. Like Anthony Smith is just struggling out there, and he's got to beat beating Gustafsson. We don't know. Maybe his best days are behind him too. But it's tough seeing these guys take the L's. But if Anthony Smith wants to fight again, Johnny Walker seems favorable or seems like a good opponent. Still a top 15 guy.
All I know is this is what I'm gonna tell you. We got the championship fight coming up next week. Preview dropping soon. No champion right now. I'm telling you right now, if the UFC is trying to rebuild this division, the first title defense for whoever wins this fight is going to either be Jerry Prochaska or whoever he fights next.
He doesn't get a title shot off of beating Ozdemir.
He about to fight somebody. He about to fight somebody.
I was about to say, title defense has to be from that Santos to Sheriff fight. It has to. You have to beat more than one UFC fighter before you can. But
Santos has to have more than one win before he gets a title shot after not fighting for almost 2 years.
Yeah, he's about to beat Glover, coming off a controversial split decision loss to the guy who was the champion.
Whole year ago, year and some change.
Guess what? Reyes is getting a title shot off of a loss. So at that point, You got to give Santos his chance.
True. All right.
Hey man,
Jerry coming next. Jerry coming next, and Johnny Walker's coming after that.
Jerry beats one more.
Jerry coming next, and Johnny Walker coming after that. Set both of those guys up with fights. They should. Nobody should do anything, but set both of those guys up with a chance to get there. Or set them up against each other. But
that could work too. Make that happen. But I just don't give Jerry the title shot next unless he's fought another UFC fighter. He fights one more fighter.
He about to fight Rakic. He about to beat the brakes off him.
Rakic looks strong.
Coming soon.
Rakic looks strong, man. Rakic looks strong. But man, we didn't got all into the light heavyweight just off Ryan Spann, Johnny Walker. I got a challenge for us on this next one. Let's cover this next fight in 17 seconds or less. There's nothing else to talk about here. I said all I had to say. I heard me bashing this guy all week. I thought Mearshart was going to get the win. I said Hazmat Chimaev isn't ready. He walked in there. Mearshart looked so timid after saying he's about to shock the world.
Smash. That's all you need. That's all you need to hear.
Now I got to hear.
That's all you need to hear. 17 seconds. Chimaev smash.
Oh my gosh.
And don't do Damian Maia like that. Don't do it.
There's really nothing to really cover in this fight. It was only one punch thrown.
That's it.
And I'll tell you this. Mearshart is lucky.
He landed like a teep kick to the body in one punch. That's it.
Mearshart is lucky Herb Dean wasn't the ref for this fight, or it'll still be going on right now with him taking damage. So luckily he had a good ref in there to stop that fight early, so where he only took the one extra punch after he dropped. But yeah, man, Chimaev, he might be the one. I fought it for so long. I'm gonna say might now. I'm not gonna say he is the one just yet.
He too good.
Hopefully they give him Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland asked for it in his post.
He asked for it. That's the only reason I'm gonna allow it. I don't necessarily want to. I don't want him to prove what I've been saying about him against my guy. Don't want him to do that. But that's a good fight.
Yeah, Kevin Holland prove it. Hope Kevin Holland proves it. Hope Kevin Holland proves it.
Hope Kevin Holland prove me wrong.
I hope they make that fight. I'd like to see it. Mearshart showed up. We didn't even get to see what he had plans on doing. Chimaev showed up, and we clearly saw what he had plans on doing. He did it. Fight over. And he didn't take any damage, so we're going to see him at Fight Island.
Might see him twice at Fight Island.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. If whoever they give him, he dusts him off quick, we might see him fight in early Fight Island and maybe on that. He's going to be on the Khabib card for sure. They're probably going to fight him. This, bro. They're going to fight him early in Fight Island. He's on the Khabib card. I'm gonna tell you this,
bro. If they make him fight Damian Maia, or if they even hint at Damian Maia fighting this guy, and Damian Maia actually fights this guy, if Damian Maia actually fights this guy, it's gonna be such a dusting off that Chimaev might be getting a title shot by the end of the year, bro. Remember where you heard it first. If you beat Damian Maia, you're already in the top 10 because that's how they run it. They're gonna boost you right into the top 10, and you won't be able to say nothing about it after beating Mearshart at middleweight. You beat Mearshart at middleweight, you beat Damian Maia at 170. You want to fight away, bro? We gonna get Damian Maia and then Chimaev versus Leon Edwards.
I want to see one of these 185ers call him out.
It gotta be a 185er. None of these dudes are 170 Romero. Besides.
I want to see Jacare. I want to see my guy DB Derek Brunson. Start calling.
That's the one. Somebody with a name gonna have to be the one to say, "I want to stop the hype train."
I want to see one of those guys call him out. I think
if they do Damian Maia like this, bro.
Why do you keep saying if they do Maia accepts the fight? He did himself like that, bro. You can't pass.
You heard Dana White in the press conference. You heard Dana in the press conference. Hey, we gonna look at a lot of things because if Damian want to accept that fight, hey, I hope Damian don't want to accept that fight. No shade, you my guy. That's what Damian legend. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Don't let him make a name off your back. Go fight Diego Sanchez like you wanted to.
Diego Sanchez already got a fight coming up. Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews.
He already got his ass whooping playing.
Oh, yeah. He already fighting his version of Chimaev. Let Diego Sanchez beat. Oh man. So yeah, good fight. Chimaev did what he needed to do. Who knows who's next for him? I'm predicting 2 fights, and he wins these 2 fights. Probably. He's fighting twice. I don't know who, but he's fighting twice. There's money to be made by putting Chimaev on the Khabib card, and there's also money to be made putting Chimaev You can possibly throw this guy as a co-main on one of these other Fight Island cards that
Holland at 185, and then he gonna fight like Luke or something.
I can see maybe Randy Brown, Vicente Luque, Nico Price. Nah, Nico.
But I'm telling you, if he fight Damian Maia, the only logical fight after that is gonna be Leon Edwards. So sorry, Leon, you better be able to get it done. If you're not, this dude about to be I don't think he could beat Usman. I don't know. And I don't know if he could beat Gilbert Burns. I don't know. But everybody else, y'all need to be worried, bro. Y'all need to be worried. Kobe, he don't want no smoke. Kobe want no smoke, bro.
I think Kobe
everybody else gotta be worried. Everybody else gotta be worried.
Kobe called out Burns. He called Burns some nobody or something. He got real. Hey man, we're gonna get to that. Next fight, Nico Price, Donald Cerrone. This fight went how I thought it was going to go, minus the point deduction from the eye poke. Actually, I thought this fight was going to get stopped. Cowboy is still good. Cowboy
proved me wrong. He proved me all the way wrong.
Still good. He wasn't happy with his performance, but
I thought this was going to be the Cowboy that saw Connor, and Nico came out like he thought so too. He thought, hey, if I hit him with a couple shots early, it's about to be over. Respect the guy, but I'm trying to kill him. And to be honest, I honestly feel like Nico Price kind of gassed out after that first initial flurry where he had him hurt. He was pretty much breathing like he was.
He was breathing heavy in that first round. Yeah.
So it's like it was a close fight from there. I thought Nico had more power than that, but also Cerrone. I mean, his chin might just hold up a little bit better at 170 without cutting all of the weight. It was clearly a draw. I'll say that.
Only because of the point deduction, because Nico Price clearly won that fight. Clearly won it. But he ended up being a draw because of the point deduction. So, but I think Nico didn't get to land any heavy shots because Cowboys defense looked a lot better. You had better head movement than I'm used to seeing from him.
Right.
And Nico just seemed a bit slow. I don't know if he's slow,
or if it was just the gas tank,
or if he was just gas. But he didn't look to have real speed or snap, and a lot of stuff he was throwing was kind of wild, telegraphed it.
And the pace that he was letting the fight go at, it, like I said, it's a lot to do with the gas tank. But when you let Donald Cerrone fight at the, I don't even know what to call it, bro. But it's almost like a sparring session type of pace, or like you hit me and I'll hit you type of pace. Once you let Cerrone get comfortable in that, he started letting off some pretty nasty combos. Like everything was 3 and 4 strikes, ending it with a kick, either to the body or to the leg. Sometimes he was even trying to throw him high. Like this was Nico low-key might have even got lucky to even have won that or got the draw. Like this could have went the other way based off that point deduction.
One judge did have it 29-27, which means he thought it was 29-28 without the point deduction. He had Cowboy up 2 rounds. Cowboy possibly could have had that. It depends on how you saw that second round. Like I said, I saw those first 2 rounds for Nico. That second round, it could have went either or, and I guess that ref saw it as either or, and also had the point deduction. So it was 29-27 for Cowboy, and then the other 2 saw it how everybody else probably saw that fight. Ended up in a draw. Yeah, man, anything with the word main next to it just doesn't deliver, man. The main event prelims, co-main, main event, hell no, man. I'm mad at the main event. Even if I was a Colby Covington fan, the showing in this fight just wasn't good. It does take 2 to tangle, and T Wood just doesn't like to tangle. And
if you're a Colby Covington fan, this is what you basically expect, though. He keeps the jab in your face, keeps the pressure on you, and if you just let him bully you and push you backwards, you basically done. Like that's it. Disappointing, man.
We had hope, but we knew what the odds were for T Wood, and we knew what we saw in the last 2 fights. This is no surprise that this has happened a 3rd time, but he is currently on a 15-round losing streak, and a couple of those rounds are 10-8.
Sorry if y'all bet like us. I'm pretty sure. This was a very divisive main event. Pick who we had to pick. Can't go back to the hood picking Colby Covington. Sorry.
I'm gonna say my brotherness would not allow me to pick Colby Covington in a fight like this. Especially picking Colby Covington, knowing what he's gonna do after the fight. And the UFC gave him the platform. We ain't even talk about the fight anymore. We already know what happen in the fight. At the end of the day, Woodley ended up getting hurt at the end, 5th round. He got hurt. Kobe dominated. But I ain't even caring about that. The fact that the UFC gave him this platform to basically promote Donald Trump. This was, and I have no issue with it. Hey, this very
it is
well
what it is. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on it. And Tyron Woodley could have prevented all of this. I'm more upset at Tyron Woodley than I am at Kobe Covington. He could have shitted on this whole masquerade of a post-fight interview. Hey, guess what? If you knock out Kobe Covington, there's no reason for Donald Trump to call him and tell him, I watched your fight, even though he didn't watch that. I know Donald Trump wasn't sitting there watching that fight, but we probably
saw the highlights on Instagram.
There's no
saw the highlights on Twitter.
Oh, he was out there on Twitter. Oh, this is a good fight. Yeah, man. Tyron Woodley could have stopped all of this. So more so the blame is on T Wood than it is on Kobe Covington. You give him a platform to show his ass, and he showed it to the best of his ability. But
he even got to talk smack to the champ after the fight. Oh man.
They let him have his back and forth with Usman, get all disrespectful with Usman. Dana White is, and this is all set up from Dana, Kobe, and Donald T.
Facts. Probably talked about it.
I'm very
probably
disappointed.
talked about it.
Oh no, bro, this was a planned event. No, for real, you got Donald T saved in your phone as POTUS? No, you don't. No, you don't. And they just letting you take phone calls during live interviews? No, they not. They let him get off. They let him get off everything he needed to say in this post-fight interview. They came back to him. I've never seen a fighter come back with his with the blazer on. Like this was too well thought out. Too well thought out.
Oh man!
And they used the platform at ESPN to get off this political message because it's clear Dana backs Donald Trump, Kobe backs Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure there's a couple people at ESPN who don't care that this happened. But once again, this could have all been prevented from one right hand from Tyron Woodley. So hey, I ain't got no beef with Kobe over this. He did what he needed. He did what he did what he set out to do. But if Tyron Woodley knocks his block off, we don't see any of that. We get T Wood in the press conference with his legalized being black shirt, his Black Lives Matter.
And I'm just happy Black Lives Matter.
Hey, man, I got no. Hey, it could have went one or two ways, and unfortunately,
Dana telling him to hang it up. Dana telling him to hang it up.
He got Kobe talking about, I did what two other people couldn't do. I stopped them. Oh man,
stuck my knee on his ribs.
Oh, yeah, bro. Man. I think it's time for Woodley to hang it up. But I'll also say this: we didn't see this Woodley until he started rapping.
He got too big. He got too full of himself, bro. He wanted to do everything but fight. Like they say in all other sports, Father Time is undefeated. He's undefeated in fighting too. Like at the end of the day, he never adjusted his game. His game is what his game is. At the end of the day, he load up on the right hand. He don't even throw the jab. Unless it's just to set up the right hand. He peppering the jab at your lead hand to gauge distance. He just wanted to throw the right hand. He don't wrestle offensively. He can't throw no kicks. He can't throw no kicks, especially against a guy like Covington, because as soon as he throw a kick, he getting taken down. He don't want to have to waste even more energy than he already needs for this loaded up right hand to have to try to get back up. I feel like, bro, just use your wrestling. Use your wrestling.
That's what I was going to say. This guy has wrestling credentials are top notch for Woodley, and he just doesn't use them. And it's not like he doesn't use them because he's such a great striker, because he doesn't even throw too many punches.
He doesn't throw anything.
So he looked good in that first. He looked good in the opening.
I like that little jump off the cage Superman punch. So that was kind of nice.
He needed a lot more of that. He needed a lot more jabs to the body, a couple straights to the body. You can't land naked right hands. You can't land naked haymakers.
That's really it.
It doesn't. Not at that level. It's not going to happen at that level. You got to wear these guys down.
Whole highlight film full of guys who washed up just like you now. Like, bro, no, we can't even. Can't believe in you no more. Dana said what he said for a reason, bro.
What do you think?
I am happy Black Lives Matter though. No, I am happy Black Lives Matter.
What do you think happens with Woodley here? Do you think the UFC?
Dana said what he said. If they keep him, they're keeping him for one more fight. And I don't even want to know what they would even set him up for. I don't necessarily know what his contract situation is. And see, that's what I'm saying. Get a name off of Woodley. But
Woodley's about to be out for a while. He's probably got like a broken rib, so I don't know if the UFC even keeps him around that long. Because we just saw him release John Dobson.
That's what I'm saying. You already know Woodley is coming with a nice little price tag off of that. Was the champion, so
nope.
He coming with a price tag.
He just lost 3. He just lost 5 full fights worth of rounds. If he's fighting that 3-round fights, he just lost 5 fights in a row.
And he's not. He's definitely not deserving of another main event. Definitely not.
Not a main event guy.
No.
Possibly co-main.
And see, that's what I'm saying. He has the name to where he has to be fighting co-main level talent. And if you're putting him up against co-main level talent, who are we even talking about? Like at this point, like anybody that we're talking about is either a guy that you can beat,
Chiesa.
Edwards? I think he knocked Chiesa block off.
Nope.
He don't deserve the Edwards fight.
I don't think he's beaten any of those guys. As much as I like Woodley, he hasn't shown enough in his last 15 rounds to win
to say that he can get off anything.
One round, in my opinion. Yeah. We haven't seen anything from him in those 15 rounds that's like, oh yeah, Woodley still does have this at that top level. Like you said, he can beat a whole bunch. He can still beat guys. But you can't just give Woodley Randy Brown, I don't know if he beats Randy Brown either, but you can't give Woodley Nico Price. You can't give Willie Cerrone. That's a fight.
That's the level he's basically at this point, bro. He's fighting the Donald Cerrone's guys who are basically his age and fighting just because they still got that name, like.
Because I don't see.
And if he land on Donald Cerrone, he knocking Cerrone out. But Cerrone might combo that. Cerrone might combo his face all up. I don't think he lands. Like that's the problem. I don't think he lands.
Yeah. Good while it lasted. We rocked with you. Appreciate you for your service. But it might be it for Woodley in the UFC. I wonder, does he continue to try to go like to Bellator? Or does he just hang it up completely?
Bro, just hey, you want to be a rapper? Like I said, bro, I'll ghost fight for you if you need. We could talk, DM me, I'll let your boy.
Oh man.
Nah, man, he don't need to be fighting, bro. I mean, if you're just trying to get the bag, go ahead to Bellator.
At that point, if he just wants to be a fighter, if he's willing to accept a role, like sometimes you gotta step out of
humble yourself.
Humble yourself and just be like, hey, okay, I'll just be a fighter and I'll just fight. Hey, I'll fight on whatever. Like, because it happened. One guy who did that and was able to parlay it back into him getting a title shot is Overeem. Overeem was fighting on undercards at one point. He was fighting on Overeem had fights on prelims. He also had fights where he wasn't even the co-main. So hey, now look at it. Overeem is now headlining events again, but Overeem is a different animal than Tyron Woodley in terms of fighting ability and even fighting IQ.
T Wood's only claim to fame or claim to possible success at this point is the fact that he has good defensive grappling. Like you said, RDA. I feel like he could possibly beat an RDA, but it's like super handpicked type of opponents that he would even be able to even challenge at this level. Like I feel like he could beat Chiesa, but the thing about Chiesa is he's too long for him. Like I don't think Chiesa could just out wrestle him like that because T Wood has that good of wrestling, and I don't think Chiesa necessarily wants to get hit by him. But at the same time, it's like Chiesa might just bottle him up.
15 rounds of 15 rounds of not being offensive.
These are the top three fighters in the division though. So you gotta take that part into account. He has an athleticism advantage over some of these other guys that are a little bit lower down the rankings. But it's like, do you even want him at his price tag to even derail those guys from moving up the ladder or becoming more of a like? Does he deserve that? Because if he beats Chiesa, now what are we talking about? Like, we already saw what he looked like against the top three. If he beats RDA,
you could be a gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper T Wood. Oh man, this is sad. This hurts. But hey, shout out to Kamaru. He's still the champ. He's still we got it. Even though I think Burns probably going, shout out to Burns though too. That's my guy.
I don't know what I want from that Burns Usman fight because I like both of those guys. I wish they would just let both of them fight. Kobe Covington, take your turn. I hope Usman gets it done simply because of what transpired tonight and all of the smack talk that Kobe did with the Marty fake Usman, fake news Usman, or whatever he was calling him.
Hey, Usman, Kobe still not. He's still a fight away anyway. So if Usman lose, he fight Kobe anyway. There you go. Main event.
Yeah.
I actually want to see Burns in. I actually want to see like Burns and Masvidal anyway. But Masvidal don't deserve a title shot off of beating Nate Diaz, and we already know he's about to beat Nate Diaz. Yeah.
I want to see a BMF fight of Masvidal because Kobe said his name too.
Masvidal and Kobe.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I like to see that. that sells way better than anything that Masvidal versus DS2 would do. Because because of the antics of tonight, because of what happened tonight,
right.
Kobe put himself to be a headliner. He's about to be talked about. He called out LeBron James. He called woke athletes. The undertone and everything he said.
You know what he's talking about, and that's why
he said it without saying it. Hey, you can get away with it. But, hey, as long as he didn't say it, it's all speculation. So that's cool. Hey, like I said, I'm not even hating on him for it. That's who he rocks with. We're all free to pick who we want to pick. Him winning gave him that platform. Every fighter does get an interview after they fight. They could have all got in there and did exactly what Kobe Covington did. They chose not to, so that's on them. But, and he won the main event. They're going to interview you personally. Tyron Woodley could have stopped all of this, though. So don't blame Kobe Covington for what he did. Blame Tyron Woodley for not stopping him from doing it. That's what we need to be blaming. God damn it, T Wood. God damn it. Oh, yeah, man. That's... But all in all, very, very, very good card.
Very good card. Very good card.
This was a very good card. 14 fights. Everybody made weight. We had no Rona issues. Things are starting to look up.
Hope they keep it this way when we get to Fight Island. Who knows? Might see Chimaev on the pay-per-view next week.
I think they all get like mandatory 2-week suspension. I don't know why you would even suspend him when his hand hurt. Like, I don't know why you would. I don't know what the suspension would be for my guy Chimaev at this point. But if y'all can get him on that card, hey, do it. Do it.
Facts.
Hey, he might mess around and be on both pay-per-views.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. He's gonna be challenging for the title by the end of the year, beginning of next year.
This solidified it because he beat I had my doubts because he beat two guys nobody cared to even know existed until he beat them. He beat Gerald Meerschaert. And he did it in 17 seconds with one punch. And it wasn't even... and it was clear that Meerschaert was very hesitant and timid within those 17 seconds. That 17 seconds seemed a lot longer than 17 seconds. What's going on with my guy GM3? He looked like he...
So like a deer in headlights. Like he's seeing ghosts. Like he saw his spirit leaving his body before he got hit. Like, oh shit. What did I do? Should have shot the double like you said. Should have went for that wrestling trophy. Oh man, Chimaev smashed.
Somebody gonna have to run across the ring and Jorge Masvidal him. Stop letting him come to you. Sprint across the cage, do a cartwheel or something to distract him, and try to land.
The Kevin Holland fight probably coming within the next 3-4 weeks. I believe. I believe that's the fight they're gonna make instead of Damian Maia fight. But I think they are gonna try to set Maia up because they want to get him as close to as close to that high of a ranking so that they can force him into title contention quick. And with the way that he's ending these fights, like you can't really say nothing, bro. He's like 100 and almost 200 strikes to 2 at this point within 3 fights. So like you're gonna have to show me what you could do against him. I need to see it. Oh man, you froze. You're frozen.
Shit done really all messed up. Bro, you talking in slow motion.
Yeah, yours froze on mine. But yeah, y'all know what to do. There we go.
Yeah, it caught up. Oh man. Yeah. At this point, it's going to take Gerald Meerschaert was a in-Heinisch win away from being in the top 15, so it's going to take a top 15 guy to call Chimaev out. And we got to see who. It seemed like he's welcoming all challengers. So I'm
170 and 185, bro.
I'm hoping we get a guy like
Easy got something to worry about.
Romero or
Kamaru got something to worry about.
The question is, Paulo Costa got something to worry about? That's another question.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, a guy who was supposed to fight at 185. It's about to get. I'm getting all close into the screen for this one. My guy Uriah Hall has been turned down from multiple fights. Supposed to fight a couple guys. Hey, he was about to fight Yo Romero. Don't be all banding like Chimaev just got that work for him, bro. No, this is Uriah Hall. You can say that all man for somebody else. Hell no.
Man. I don't want to see my guy get ragdolled like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, here we go again. Yeah,
I don't like him fighting wrestlers. That's all. I want Uriah Hall to fight strikers. The only striker that beat him was about to fight Yo Romero. You all don't wrestle.
Hey, he was gonna wrestle that fight.
Oh man.
Yeah, Uriah Hall called out Chimaev. Holland
Chimaev versus Hermanson or something, bro. Like it.
I'll even take Chimaev versus Darren Stewart.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Man, we're gonna be here for another
Chimaev versus Michelle Pereira.
Hey, I'll take that at 170 for sure. He didn't take any damage. Ooh, Chimaev versus a focused Pieta? Oh yeah, make it happen. Make that happen on Fight Island. There you go. Matchmaking at its best. But there you go. So that's UFC Vegas.
That's a cold man right
in
there.
a nutshell, man. That's a headliner.
That's a headliner.
You headline a fight night with all due respect, if we about to get home Aldana as a headliner, with all due respect.
Hey, that's facts. Don't forget the name. You get to play the highlight film on the commercials, all on ESPN, dog.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Man,
y'all know what to do.
It's a long vid right here, man. It's a long vid.
Y'all, we're getting it here. Y'all know what to do.
Oh yeah, you already know what it is. We pointing in the right direction. That's the subscribe button about to come right here. Long video. We should have just went live for y'all, but hey, man,
comment.
Let us know in the comments who y'all want to see Chimaev fight next. Let us know what you think about Kobe Covington's antics. Let us know what you think about Tyron Woodley's future in the UFC.
We about to get all the Covington fans hitting this up.
Oh man, hey, I was rocking with him. He can do what he want to do.
As long as Black Lives Matter, I don't care who you vote for. As long as Black Lives Matter, and I'm not talking about the organization. I'm making a statement. And we out.
He's saying the hashtag, not the group. That's all. That's what he's saying. He's not part of that organization. Hey, that organization. Something. I'm not even going. Let's just in the video. Video in. I'm not going to get too far into the details. Video over. There you go. You got it. Y'all got it.
Do your own research.
Find out for yourself. Yeah, it's Cajun. Y'all know what it is.
Styling on them.
Hey man, give us the we gonna make it before we get up out of here real quick.
Cajun.
Yes, sir.
Styling on them.
Y'all know what it is.